be in there.
Oh,
That'd be
let's
easier.
get the show on the road, Sean.
All right, Margaret, you're,
Okay. We're out of, hello, is everything on tape, Sheila?
Yes.
yes, this is the public meeting.
Yeah, I mean, what about this? I don't see it lit up.
That's,
What? Oh, you got it,
Greg's
Craig?
got us. That's
Oh, okay,
what
Craig.
we pay Craig for.
We are live
Oh.
and direct.
Excuse me, Craig, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay, tonight, according to our agenda, Merrillville Plan Commission meeting, Tuesday, September 17th, 24, at approximately 6:40. I'm calling the meeting to order, and we will stand for a pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Mr. Secretary, take the roll call.
Luke Rich is absent. Mr. Holtz is absent. Ms. Chandler Felton. Present. Mr. Pettit.
Here?
Myself am here. Mr. Deering is absent. And Madam Chairman,
Here.
we have 4 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, can I have approval of the minutes of August 20th, 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, minutes have been approved of August 20th.
We need a voice vote, don't we,
Do
Ricardo?
we need a voice vote?
Yes.
Okay, voice vote, Mr. Secretary.
Ms. Chandler Felton.
Aye.
Mr. Pettit.
Yes.
I myself, yes. Madam Chairman,
Yes,
we have 4 yeses.
okay, the minutes have been approved with the voice vote by 4 members. Thank you. Do we have any communications tonight? Anybody? Board members? No communications? Okay, I have no comment, and I will continue on with the agenda. Item 1, P8FS 1-0924, Creekwood Development LLC petitioner and owner. This is located at 7590 William Street, north of 77th Avenue. The request, re-subdivision of Lot 125 in Creekwood Crossing, Unit 3, Block 2, on 5.015 acres in a R2 residential zoning district. The purpose of single-family residence. Okay, who's here?
Hi, good evening. I'm Trevor Murphy with Manhart Consulting, representing Creekwood Development
And what is your
LLC.
name, please?
Trevor Murphy.
Okay, continue.
I'm here to talk about the re-subdivision of Lot 125 and subsequently Outlot B in Creekwood Crossing, Unit 3, Block 2. The rear property line of Lot 125 is being redrawn to avoid the lot being in the floodplain. The lot is going to get marginally smaller in size. It will be 10,470 square feet approximately, which is still above the 10,000 square foot minimum for the R2 zoning. Outlot B will similarly increase in size by about 330 square feet. The intent of this is to, in conjunction with a loan application, remove the floodplain from the lot as part of the approved study with the development and avoid any flood insurance requirements on said lot.
Okay, questions or comments? Leona?
Nothing at this time.
Nothing? Chris, it's close to us.
Yeah, I have nothing at this time either.
Sean?
No, we did all the math at the workshop that I,
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm just trying to be polite.
I know you are, Madam President.
Okay. What do you think, Sean?
I don't have a problem with it. This is, seems, I would defer to Steve and, or to Bob and Sheila.
Well, I was going to do that.
Okay, and see, I mean, I don't see this as a problem
Where
with
is
a lot.
Steve?
He just stepped out.
He
He just stepped out for a moment.
Bob can
Okay,
answer.
Robert, what do you have to say?
Well, Trevor has been working with Matt Lake and John Dykstra from my office, and they've worked over the details. I know you're going through the process of the Lomar-F to get it out of the floodplain. So we don't have any issues with it. And like I said, we've been working with him on it, so no further
Good.
comments.
What is the price range going to be on these, on this stuff that you're building, on the residences?
I believe the base price, and I'm going based on memory, might start in the upper 300s, and there are add-ons that can go upwards of 450,000 from there.
How many bedrooms and rooms in each one?
I would be just taking a blind stab. I apologize. I'm not as familiar with the house line product that they're building out there. I think they typically, the smallest home might be approximately 1,800 square feet. It can go upwards of their largest home with options added on can be about 2,900 or 3,000 square feet. So I'm not sure which home or which product would be installed on this lot, but that's generally what what else Providence is selling in Creekwood.
So then, are you talking about ranches, bi-levels, and tri-levels, all three?
They have one ranch product that could be on this lot, but generally it is a two-story with basements.
Okay, Sheila, do you have anything to add?
I do have a staff report.
Okay,
Petitioner is requesting a re-subdivision of Lot 125 in Creekwood Crossing, Unit 3, Block 2, on 5.15 acres in an R2 residential zoning district to create a single-family resident. Currently, there are two lots, and they are the area zone R2. Lot 125 and Lot B of Creekwood Crossing, Unit 3, Block 2, are being subdivided to remove a portion of Lot 125 from the FEMA-designated floodplain. The rear property line of 125 is being adjusted, reducing the lot area to 10,470 square feet. The property is Zone R2, which has a minimum lot area of 10,000 square feet and the minimum lot width of 80 feet, both of which are met after re-subdivision. Outlot B is increasing from 370 square feet to 970 square feet.
thank you. Attorney Ricardo, do you find everything in order?
Everything appears to be in order.
Okay, very good. In that case, would you take the vote, Mr.
We
Secretary?
need a motion, Madam
Oh, yeah, we
President.
need a
I'll make a motion to approve P8FS 1-0924.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Pettit and a second by Leona. So now our secretary will go ahead and take the voice vote.
Ms. Chandler Fountain,
Aye.
Mr. Pettit,
Yes.
I myself am a yes. Madam Chairman,
Yes.
that's 4 yeses.
Okay, we have the vote of approval with four yeses for item P8FS1-0924. Good luck.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Okay, our second item on the agenda. And I want to add, Mr. Rick Holtz is showing up for the meeting now.
Good eye, I didn't see it.
Mr. Holtz? Hi.
It's okay.
Okay, we will continue. We're on item 2, Rick, of your agenda. That's P9PA1-0924. EP Miss LLC petitioner and owner, located at 3950 West 73rd Avenue. Request plat amendment on 13 5.02 acres in a planned unit development. Purpose, change location of storage building. Okay, would you please explain yourself and give us your name?
Sure. My name is Tim Kuiper here on behalf of Washington Kuiper Jositis, here representing EPMSS LLC, the petitioner tonight. I'm not sure what happened to the engineer tonight, but he was also supposed to be here, Stuart Allen of Turinga. I was not at the last meeting because I represent the owner in this case. I understand, as explained to you last meeting, the surveyor erred when they located two of the building locations. So they are approximately 12 foot off of where they were supposed to be located. Now, on the site, there's plenty of room, so the drive aisle, instead of being 40 feet, is now reduced to 32 feet, still sufficient for traffic circulation and things like that. But because of that error in the surveying and then the location of the buildings, that's what we're here for tonight. There's no change in the building size, otherwise, the tension, any of the other technical requirements, is just simply a surveying error and where they located the building. With that, I'm happy to try to answer any other questions. I can also just briefly address, I do understand there was other questions or concerns about another portion of the property that was subject to a different PUD ordinance. This one is related to the 13.02 acres. The other one is for 4.78 acres. There were several conditions placed upon that, including fencing, lighting, hard asphalt for the parking and things like that. Those items, while again, that's not completed yet and all of that, but most of those items have been resolved and done. Most of the asphalt has been included. The detention was cleaned up back when it was done. Security cameras are on, fencing is in place. Almost every one of those items has been completed. Again, it's not related to this, but as I understand it, those questions did come up at the last meeting. So I did want to address that. I'm happy to try to answer any questions, but I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage without Mr. Allen with me.
Madam President?
Mr. Turinga, did he talk with our engineers too?
I'm sorry?
Robert?
Yeah, and just like Mr. Kuiper had mentioned, this is just correcting an error from the
Yes.
field when the buildings were staked. So basically what they're trying to do is correct it, show it on the plat, and
Okay.
we find what they're proposing is acceptable.
But you approve that, right?
I don't know if I put a letter together.
No, but he has to, the plat has to be approved, signed. You don't have a letter, but.
Okay. Well, it's approved, but they have to get the plat together, and then there'll be signatures that are required. So between now and then, I can put a letter together.
Okay.
And Sheila can pass that out.
Rick Holtz, any comments or questions?
No, just deferred to others.
Okay. Leona?
No, no questions.
Chris?
I'll defer to others also.
So I'm others, which is
Okay,
fine,
Sean?
which is fine with me, because Tim and I go way back. And Tim, I told Brian Deering on the phone, I don't want to kill the messenger, because I felt like we did that to Stuart Allen 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to kill you. But here's my problem as an elected official with Leona and Margie. This is the same petitioner, guys, that sued the town of Merrillville.
I know.
Okay? Number one, when Mr. Minchuk was in office in the
Right.
Strachan Van Til. And then we allow him to do the development, and we see in our minutes that Sheila's provided us these highlighted items. And I get that it's a Scrivener, you want to call it a Scrivener error or a surveying error, I get that. But at some point, number one, this guy needs to come back to us and show us. No offense to you, Tim, I like seeing you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's good. Haven't seen Stuart in a while, but we haven't seen this guy. And these things are still out there, and the residents probably, and I don't know, because if I'm not mistaken, Margie, this is in Rhonda's ward, right, Leona? North side of 73rd
That
would be
would be the
Rhonda.
north side of 73rd.
Would be Rhonda, so I don't know if
Right,
she's
that's
getting
across
calls
the
from
street.
Prairie,
It's across from me.
yeah,
It's across
Prairie Creek?
Is it on the other side of Taft?
No, it's on the north side of 73rd Avenue at
No, it's
Whitcomb.
not in your ward.
It would be,
Okay, I didn't think
just,
so.
it would be northwest
Of
of
73rd.
Whitcomb.
But the thing,
On
I guess the
73rd.
point is that the things still haven't been, the ones that are on the list, Tim, you briefly covered some of them, but they're still not finished. And so yeah, it's an error in the surveying, but yet it's still going to allow this gentleman to continue to do stuff when he hasn't finished the 7 items that Sheila highlighted in our packet. So I'm a little hesitant.
Okay.
I don't
You
know.
understand my question to Robert,
Yeah,
okay? That was why
I guess I would defer to, get back to Sheila and Bob.
Well, Sheila, do you want to give us some type of staff report or something on this?
Okay, the petitioner is requesting a plat amendment in a plan unit development on 13.02 acres. Toringer Surveying LLC laid out the first 2 buildings 12 feet north of the proposed location that were completed before the error was realized. To correct the error, petitioner is requesting the Plan Commission to allow the space between 2 of the buildings to change from 40 feet to 34 feet. The original PUD and the amendment to the PUD have the same number of buildings and the same amount of impervious. So, I would only say that a couple of those items on there were very specific to what he was applying for. The bond that we was asking them to put up was very specific to that second PUD that he was applying for. I did talk to Matt Lake today. Matt was okay. He had went out and checked, and he was okay with the first one that Matt had. He was okay with that. He said,
Cleaning out the retention pond?
yes, he felt
Okay.
that that was done. I talked to Matt today, and there was some emails going back and forth between Tim and also Matt Lake with that. The fencing is complete according to our attorney here. The fencing is complete out there?
That is correct. That's my understanding. The lighting is complete and functional at night. I even have pictures of that. The security cameras are rolling. The asphalt was almost completed, but there was a trailer in the way, so they paved around it, but they're supposed to be completing that on, I believe that was tomorrow. It's just a really small section that was left on that. The pond, the detention area was cleaned out. The bond was posted. Again, like I said, almost everything else on that list was completed. Again, just a little small part of asphalt.
The bond is with us, Tim?
That was my understanding, that was posted back around the time the PUD amendment was done.
That's your understanding.
That is, again, that is my understanding. That
That's
was not
just what you understood.
correct.
You don't
because I
have
was not.
Hearsay.
No,
Correct.
this bond that's listed on this particular one is for the front part, Tim.
Correct.
So he has not posted that bond. He must be speaking of the bond on phase 1.
So what are we doing
And that
here,
could be-
putting
I'm
the cart
sorry.
before the horse, or what?
No, what's happening here really doesn't have anything to do with it, but it's gonna be my suggestion, if it's okay, Madam President and, Plan Commission, that we go out and check to make sure that the fence is done, to make sure that the paving is poured before we sign the final plat.
Let me ask you a
Matt.
question,
I would
Sheila, or
recommend that.
maybe the question is for Sheila and Tim. Are there other buildings to be built out there?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here's going to be I'll make the motion when it's appropriate, Madam Chairman. We can go ahead and fix this surveying error, Tim. No building permit to be issued until it is completely inspected by town staff and the bond is posted in Sheila's office. Not up for debate, not up for discussion. I think it's fair. You know, I understand what he's saying. The surveyor made an error, as Bob alluded to, but by the same token,
Okay.
the performance bond is critical. And if it's not with Sheila on the second phase, we just don't issue building permits.
Yes.
Ricardo, is that a fair condition?
It is.
Okay. I don't
Do you
know.
agree with everything so far, Mr. Ricardo?
Yes, it sounds as
Okay.
though our engineer guys and, well, first of all, I'm appreciative of the fact that council is talking to us with some degree of.
Sure.
Well, he doesn't have all of the ammunition with the absence of his engineer, so that's the first thing that I think needs to sort of.
Oh, Mr.
concerns me a
Turinga?
little bit.
Mr.
Yeah.
Turinga, okay.
Because when Sheila mentioned our attorney here confirmed that there was a fence, I thought first, I said, well, she's talking about me.
That attorney.
Not you.
And that statement in turn was that premised on something that you were told, or did you witness that yourself?
No, both I was told, I've been by the site before, but I mean, both being told, but also providing pictures of the lighting working, the security cameras and things like that, the fencing in place, so it wasn't just still, strictly on just a conversation, like I also have the pictures and things like that of that area.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor from Mr. Pettit,
And
and you are requesting a plat amendment in a plan unit development. And what we have to do is wait to make sure you have the bond. Is that correct? Mr.
Well, again, we can make an approval on the plat amendment. Now, I guess the question for Sheila and Ricardo is, this is a PUD and this is a plat amendment. Is this a PUD amendment that's going to come to Margie and Leona and I? Do we need to send this to the council or no? I mean, this is just the plat
It's
itself of a
amendment.
PUD.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so it would stop here.
Right.
Okay.
I thought
Well,
it was
that's
It's
why I
already,
stated
the
that
PUD is approved already. It's
The PUD
already.
is already approved.
Ordinance.
PUD is already approved, and Mr. Pettit made a motion for the plat amendment
To be approved
to be approved
with the
correct.
condition,
with the
no building permits
no
issued
building
until
permits
we have
being issued till we
seven
get.
items and which is part of the bond, Tim. So
Yeah,
it's all 7 items being confirmed, which includes getting the bond to Sheila.
very good, Sean. Okay, could I have a second to what Mr. Pettit just said?
Madam Chairman.
I have a bit of a question for
What is it,
clarification.
Leona?
You said that the PUD was already approved, Sheila?
Yes, this is an amendment to the
It
PUD.
was already approved by the council?
Already approved by the
Yes.
council, yes.
Okay, just clarifying.
Does that answer your question? Okay. Did I get a second to the motion from Mr. Pettit?
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor from Mr. Pettit and seconded by Chris Mellon. Okay, do we need a roll call vote, Mr. Ricardo? Yes. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Holtz?
Yes.
Ms. Chandler Felton?
Aye.
Mr. Pettit?
Yes.
I myself am a yes, and Madam Chairman,
Yes.
5 yeses.
Okay, 5 yeses, the motion is approved for the plat amendment, and I hope we get everything together before our next meeting. Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Motion
All right.
to adjourn.
Oh, you beat me. Okay, could we have a second?
Third.
Okay.
Good night, Tim.
Bye,
Be
Tim.
so hard.
Bye, Tim Kuiper.
I tried not to be too hard.